Viewers and subscribers, it's another edition of the Coach's Desk with your host, Kevin Minze. And today we have in studios Godfrey Drummond. And he'll be sharing a bit about his life. And we're just going to discuss. Godfrey Drummond, how are you doing?
Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure being.
Definitely, it's a pleasure for you to be here with us on the Coach's Desk. And we're just going to run right into it, Godfrey Drummond. How did you get involved in football?
I started out playing football at a pretty early age. My uncles, my elder brothers were all footballers who have played at different levels. And so it was innate, it just attracted me. And I thought that at one stage I could make something of myself playing football. I attended Unity Primary and I represented them at the under 13 the parish competition for 3 years from I was in grade 4. Funny enough, I made the parish under 13 team in 1989, but it was that time when the typhoid epidemic was on us, and so I was not able to come to Kingston to parade my skills. My other cousin actually played and was selected, was drafted to play in the national under 13 at that time. But from then, I developed this affinity for football, this liking for football, and I try as best as possible to be a student of the game. So I learn the game, I try to look at it from different angles, and I try to execute as best as possible based on the capacity that I was in.
Definitely. And were you good at any other sports?
Actually, I was told that I was better at volleyball. I made the national under 19 volleyball team when I was at Manning's in sixth form. I was invited. I played a couple of practice games, but I never got a chance to really represent Jamaica seriously. One of the main reasons was that football was always intervening in the midst of teams. So while I was playing and was doing very well at volleyball, I was playing semi-professionally at Reno, even while I was in school. And as such, at that time the glamour was really on football, but I was very good in volleyball. I was a middle blocker, and I was one of the first to be the quick, hitter in volleyball for Manning. We won, a lot of trophies in the early years when I played. I was the tournament best blocker in 1995-96 when we played the All Ireland volleyball competition.
So you're multi-talented there, Godfrey.
I also played Headley Cup cricket. I have a Headley Cup wicket under my belt, but I was never good. I was too tall to bowl spin, and I was told that I have the knack, the height to reach to bowl genuine pace, but I was never a quick bowler. And so, but I batted well as well. Decent middle order batsman, lower order batsman. I can hold an end and allow my partners to develop.
Okay, awesome. Now, apart from national duties for the volleyball, have you been called up for national duties football?
Yes, I was called up when this boy just came here. I was called up to the under 22. I was invited as well to the under 23s, but as fate would have had it, at that time when I played for Premier League Team Arena, it was more of semi-professional, and I had to make a decision very quickly because at that time I worked in the private sector. I was working in a coffee hotel in Negril, and as a result of that, I never got many opportunities to come to training, especially when they have the weekend camps. Back then we didn't have a players residence, so we would have the camp in sporadic areas. If it was in Portland, we'll go Portland. If it was in Ocho, we might be at Braco, GC Foster. But we never got a chance to actually play. Eventually, I made a decision that, I would choose another route. And I ventured into work and ventured into education.
So you believe that you weren't given enough opportunity then in terms of representing the country?
No, not that I wasn't given enough opportunities. Two things. There were players who were better than me. I must admit, there were players who were much better than I. There were, I was called to a camp that had the likes of Anthony Curtis, Steve Green, to name a few. Very, very good players. When I look at those players, the caliber of players, those players were playing at Tivoli. They had a little bit an advantage of them. And the fact that one of the camp, I think it was the under 20 camp, they brought in 3 or 4 overseas players. And the moment they start bringing in overseas players, it means that you're sliding further down the second.
Mm-hmm.
But Everton Tomlinson was at the under 17 then as the head coach. Peter Hibbert was there. I think I was given a fair enough chance. And, you don't want to stick the coaches, but at that time, had my headspace been clear and I was concentrating on football solely, then maybe I would have been, further on or elsewhere. But I give a good account of myself when I played at the National Premier League.
Okay, cool. Now, how long did you play for Reno?
I was a part of the last championship team that won in 1996, 95, 96. 2 years after that, we relegated and we played the National A League. And then we came back to the Premier League and I played 4 seasons. I ended the Premier League very, very early. I stopped playing National Premier League in 2003, 2004 when I was at GC College. Hey.
Oh.
Can we get some more volume there?
Yeah, man. I said I played 8 seasons of Premier League. I started playing in 1996, 95, 96, and I ended in 2003 when I started GC Foster. I played a season during my time at GC Foster, but injuries would have had the best of me. You see, I am 6'4", and to be this tall, I had to do a lot of work in the gym, and the knees kept on giving way. I met the physio, Mrs. Marcia Swire-Forbes, when I played Intercol, and she sent me at one stage to Dr. Wright, who referred me to Dr. Mansing, and I had to make a decision whether or not I want to walk when I'm very, very old, or I wanted to quit football. And having garnered enough experience, I decided that I would call it quit, and I stopped playing very, very early. But that wasn't really the end, because I stopped playing National Premier League, but I played confident football and I played parish football until about 2008, 2009, competitively.
Okay. Well, you actually answered a question that I would want to ask earlier. Now, being that your career ended early at the National League, where are you now? What are you doing?
As you know, currently I'm a senior teacher at Petersfield Primary and Infant School. But I'm also a coach. I coached for many years. I coached for 6 years in the National Premier League with FC Reno. Unfortunately, we were relegated. We're trying to restructure. I was there when we qualified back for the Premier League 5 years ago. I took them back from the A League, from the parish competition to the Super League and back to the National Premier League. And after that, I dabbled into the Costa Cup football, schoolboy coaching, where I coached at Petersfield for a couple of years, and now I'm at Manning School as the head coach. This is my 3rd season. Suffice to say that we have been to 3 quarterfinals this year, but we are yet to break the semi-final barrier.
Yes, because I noticed the Manning's team have been doing a little bit better than previous years, because you would have made it to the second round, which didn't happen in quite a long time. So
Yes.
Right. So your coaching skills is better than your playing skills.
I would say that I can boast. The late Peter Cargill can tell you that I scored a goal against Seba United when I was at Reno. I actually won the player of the week and the player of the week. And at that time, when you were player of the week, it would have been a monetary incentive, and I would have won some money, and that would have been my biggest achievement out of football today. But I actually I coached at Petersfield. We qualified Petersfield for the Flow Champions Cup then, and we missed the semi-final by a point in 2017 at Petersfield. I left and went across town to my alma mater, Manning School, because I realized that it was necessary to give back to my school, and I realized it was necessary for me to implement a football program because we have a number of young players, talented players, who did not understand the concept of what we want to do. And getting to manage was really, really important to me because, I had that passion. Having gone to manage for 7 years, having played 5 years of the Cup for them, and having not qualified in my time for the second one. So it was really an achievement.
Okay, awesome, Godfrey. I see a poster floating around. Are you dabbling into politics?
I try to help young men. I try to help young people as best as possible. I was approached by some members of the executive of some parishes, and I was nominated to contest the position for the president of JTA. You see, KV, another thing is that I've advocated, you would have known, I've advocated for teachers and teacher welfare from my days at college. Through implementation of policies and procedures that would make students' life better and teachers' life better. And we have realized, now we have come to a realization that what we are doing is not bearing the fruit based on where we are. And so I think if we are serious about it, we need to, challenge some of the positions that are up for grabs and see if we can, just to initiate those changes from within. And so I am humbled at the opportunity to really, really just get that chance to represent teachers.
And how are your chances to date?
Let me, out of every bad situation comes some good. And the COVID situation has not helped in terms of the fact that a lot of restriction in terms of traveling and in terms of schools. So, I am behind the 8 ball, but I'm an optimist. I believe that the opportunity is there for me to win. And once you enter a race, 2 of us are in the race. Both of us have equal chance. I am not leaving any stones unturned. I'm on the road. I just came back from St. Anne where the reception was good. Because one of the things I realized that once you give the teachers the word, the hope that they require, they will, rally behind your cause. But we have not given much hope to teachers, and that is why the teaching profession is at a low ebb. But I am really, really optimistic. I'm really focused. I'm really, really getting the message out that, we need a change. We need a classroom teacher. We need someone who have the teacher's heart to push the profession. And that is what I am really, really. So it's God's decision. And if it is that I am successful, then I'll relish the opportunity with both hands. If it is that I'm unsuccessful, then I'll continue to advocate for teachers, but I'll continue to ensure that I do my best to ensure that teachers' lives are made much easier in the classroom.
Definitely. I've seen your leadership at college when you were student president leader. And definitely you did an excellent job. So I'm wishing you all the best in your endeavors in becoming the next president of the Jamaica Teachers Association. Definitely, we at Coach's Desk throwing our support here in your corner. And we're
happy about that. We're happy about that, Kevin. And I want people like you, because I would have seen the input that you would have made to education. So education and sport and towards developing our young men, developing our young minds. And we need more people like you, because one thing I can tell you is that if we are not careful, in another 2 or 3 years, persons like myself and you will believe in the shores, because there's just not enough incentive to keep us here, and persons are going to come from overseas, different jurisdiction, and want our services. They say king never gets crowned in his own country.
Right.
But I want to just say that I am educator, advocate for change, I know two things best, and that's education and sport. And in 2 I was lucky enough to be armed with the necessary and the requisite skills because I represented Jamaica at the World Federation of Democratic Youth and Students in Venezuela. And
Yeah.
I was selected from a class of 5 to represent the countries of the third world education in that really for lead field. And when I hear persons like yourself and McTavish and some other guys speak about what they would have learned at college, you know, I am thrilled. With persons like Nicole Aiken and those persons, I'm pleased when I'm looking at persons who I would have mentored and persons who came under my watch. I know that, I mean, you know, the future is bright. But I also want to say that we need to rally back. We need to assist GC Foster College because for many of us, this is a university. I would have done courses at the University of the West Indies, but nothing has brought me as close as possible to reality than my time at GC Foster College.
And I definitely agree with you on that, Sir Drummond. Now, we have come to the end of our feature, When They Were Young, and it was a pleasure having you here in studio to speak to us on your future endeavors and also giving us a synopsis of things that you used to do, your volleyball, your cricket, your football, and so forth. Now, before we go though, Godfrey, any last words that you would like to say?
I'm just going to ask that two things. I know there's a consensus among coaches, and I mean, we have to understand that we are in COVID time. So whatever it is that we do as coaches, we must ensure that our players, their health and safety are preserved, because it makes no sense we try to chase anything and then people's lives are lost. And secondly, I just want to tell all the teachers in Jamaica that stay safe. And if you have an opportunity to vote and you want to vote and you feel that desire, ensure that you exercise your franchise, but ensure that you listen to the name Godfrey Drummond. And if you don't know the person, give me a call. 342-9783. And if I reply whenever I get an opportunity, let us sit and share whatever it is best practice we can for education in Jamaica.
Say that number again, Mr. Drummond. That number missed us.
342-9783. 342-9783. Or you can email me. It's godfreydumon41@gmail.com. And you can, all lowercase, you can reach me there. I mean, it's just a click of the button when I'm on the computer. So please, just vote Drummond if you have an opportunity.
There you have it. President-elect of the Jamaica of the Jamaica Teachers Association. And it was a pleasure having you here, my friend. Have a wonderful evening.
You do too, Mr. Menzies.